Hey Pisces, welcome to your weekly forecast for July 8th through the 14th. This is going to be a general reading for our Pisces sun, moon, and rising friends. We're continuing with our mermaid theme. We got our mermaid beach decor, glittery, glamoury style, and another mermaid deck here. And after we look at the cards from this deck, I'm going to pull a healing message for you from a healing oracle and see what's coming in for you. Some like news about your healing or homework or advice. And we'll see what's coming up for our Pisces friends. And as always, those of you who are curious about the deck that I'm using or the decks, I'll have that info in the description. As always. My hands are like not working today. Come on, hands. Come on, hands. There's your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Alright, let's get into it. Ooh. Guys, I'm excited about this week. Simply because, like I said in the other videos, I'm almost done. So far, I've got you and 2 other signs to do to finish the weekly forecasts. And so far, every single sign that I've pulled cards for, Monday, Tuesday has started off with really big energy, really positive energy, either with a really positive, powerful card or a major arcana card. So energetically, there's a lot happening in the universe right now where a lot of people are coming into breakthrough energy. I feel it for myself. I feel it in my meditations. I feel it as like for the collective. There's a lot of big energies coming in right now. Now, I'm not an astrologer. I cannot sit here and say, oh, this planet's doing this and this planet's doing that. I'm not an expert in the planets in that way. So I'm not going to BS you. I'm not going to make stuff up that I don't know. I can just tell you energetically, I feel the shifts and changes. And those of you who are a little bit more knowledgeable about astrology, I welcome you to comment in the comments and explain as far as what you know, what is happening with the planets that might be causing this big energy. But what I can tell you is a lot of us are on a threshold. We're preparing to come through a doorway into some really big positive changes at this time. Sorry, I just kind of paused here. I think I felt a little bit of like a tremor, or a little bit of like a aftershock. I'm in Southern California and we have been having some earthquakes. Luckily, I'm not close to the epicenter, but we're still feeling the shaking. So I just thought I felt something, which could also be a message for you. Pisces, that there could be some stuff getting shaken up for you, maybe in a positive way, because Knight of Wands is a very positive card. Knight of Wands is very fiery. Knight of Wands is very creative. And Knight of Wands is anything but shy, okay? So some of you might be getting into that amorous, summertime passionate energy. Some of you might be feeling very confident. You might be in the mood for that, passionate energy or passionate connection with others. Some of you might be having a little bit of a love affair or a fling, or getting your groove back, or getting your sexy back, or whatever it might be. Other ones of you might just really be embracing your creative energy, your creative passions, where you're feeling very, very excited to take on something, where you're just grabbing the bull by the horns and you're just going for it. Like you're just head on, ready to jump in and make things happen. Knight of Wands could be very fiery, prepared energy in that way. Like we see this guy, and just think about all of the things you maybe think about, like looking at him, like how he seems, what he might be doing, what he might be preparing for. He seems very courageous. He seems very ready. He seems very confident. he's setting off into some kind of adventure. And so some of you may be coming into energy as well. And you're not afraid because you've got this fire, you've got this light that you're going to be able to see with. You can use it to guide you, to help you to see. You could use it as protection. You have this shield for protection. You can use that fire to cook, you know, all kinds of things. So you're feeling prepared. Like you're ready to go. It's like it's you and your own little army of one, and you're ready to go out there and make things happen, right? A lot of passion, a lot of courage, a lot of excitement, a lot of ambition. Just some of you are just coming to this ambitious energy. I think, Pisces, some of you are just coming out of stagnation, where maybe life was feeling very stuck or very boring or very like non-eventful for a while, and you're coming out of it, and you're making things happen. You're finally excited about a direction that you're wanting to go in. Okay, and like I said, some of you, it's going to be in terms of like, you know, crushes and romances and love affairs and things of that nature. And other ones of you are like, I don't have time for that. Like I'm focused on other things. It's just going to be depending on where you are in your life, what your goals are. You're going to be using the energy in different ways, or you're going to be feeling the energy in different ways. But definitely the energy is coming in to just like make things happen, bringing in excitement. Your Wednesday, Thursday, Pisces, is Ace of Pentacles. And I love this card, guys. And it's not like a... Sorry, I'm just going to adjust it here with my little torch, my little lighter. There we go. I'm being a little too precise here. I love Ace of Pentacles. Not simply only because it's a money card. I mean, I'm always happy when things come up that are positive about money, because I know a lot of people worry about it. It's not like from a materialistic standpoint of like, you know, loving money. But let's face it, we live in a world where it's necessary, and it's one of the most common questions I get asked in readings. People want to know about their finances and their career. So I'm always happy when there's a positive money card coming in, right? Like I'm happy for whoever I'm reading for. But not only is this a card midweek here for you, Wednesday, Thursday, about like new beginnings, new projects, you know, money coming in, abundance. For me as a reader, this card has a little bit of a special meaning. I have seen it come up over the years for somebody when they're having a really big breakthrough, when something has been stuck for a very long time and it's finally becoming healed, like to the point of where you're coming out of a generational block. So what I mean by this, some people call this family curses, and I kind of don't like to use that word, but I'm simply going to say it because that's what a lot of people call it. And I want to try to use a relatable term. But you might have a pattern in your family where like for generations, like they've been unlucky with money, or they've been very unlucky in love, or things have been very roller coastery, or, you know, there've been like, you know, a lot of instability in whatever way it might be. And this example is coming up again, and I'm just going to say it very cautiously because it has come up in the past for Pisces. I remember specifically for Pisces. And the fact that it's coming up again for you guys is significant. Spirit says you need to hear it. And the last time I said it, somebody, like, they lost their ish over it when I said it. Like, they got really upset in the comments, and they were like, you're so judgmental. And, okay, I'm not saying this in a judgmental way. But what Spirit is saying, some of you are coming from a family background where there's been like a lot of moving around. Like maybe as a kid you moved around a lot, or maybe as a kid you never really felt like kind of you had roots, or maybe you didn't feel like set or permanent in your home environment. Maybe you shared your home environment with other people, and maybe you didn't feel like you had a space where it was just kind of like your place to chill. And so some of you are breaking out of that, and you're coming into stability, into an energy where you can actually plant your roots, and where you can feel very stable, and you can do something like have a very permanent residence, or invest in buying a house, or even if it's a mobile home, or even if it's like just a little studio or something that you're renting, but something that's going to be long term, where you just kind of like, this is it, this is going to be home for a while. And the last time I said, somebody got really upset and was like, moving around a lot can be great, and it helps to meet a lot of different people, and it helps to build character. And I'm not saying that like in like it has to be a negative thing. But if you are someone that's just something you've struggled with, or you've kind of just felt like you didn't have a home, or you felt like you were wandering around and it was a way in which you didn't like it, for those of you who didn't like it, you're coming into a stability. You're breaking some kind of like gypsy type of energy that's not working for you anymore, or you don't like it. Maybe it worked for your family. Maybe there was a time that you liked it, but now you're coming into stability. For other ones of you, you're breaking out of money troubles, or situations where maybe you've had like really dysfunctional relationships with the adults in your family you maybe saw as a kid, and you're like, nope, I'm not gonna repeat that kind of relationship in my life. Even if you have up until now, you're breaking out of that cycle. So it's just kind of, when I see Ace of Pentacles, I get really excited, because it's saying for me in my readings that you're about to permanently heal something that has been repeating in your family for generations, and you're kind of gonna be like the breakthrough here. Okay, so I'm always excited to see this card for that reason. And there's lots of treasures here in this treasure chest. So a lot of you are coming into this magnetic energy where you're really, really able to begin saving for your future, coming into your abundance, all of that wonderful stuff as well. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, oh my goodness, is Page of Pentacles. So again, getting very established with your business, with your undertaking, with your studies, a career path, a business path. Page of Pentacles lets us know that you're going on a path in terms of, again, you could be something that you're studying, but if you're studying, it's in terms of preparing for some kind of a career. I just heard apprenticeship. So I do think, Pisces, some of you are landing some kind of an apprenticeship. Or even if it's not an apprenticeship, or what's the other word for it, internship, even if it's not something like that, I feel some of you are coming into some kind of a job where someone is taking you under their wing, like they're mentoring you. For those of you who don't know what a page is, and some of you, this might kind of blow your mind, because you might have followed tarot for a long time and maybe you didn't know this. The page is usually a young person, like a teenager, who is the assistant to a knight. And so through being an assistant to the knight, eventually they will earn their way up to being a knight. It's kind of like they pay their dues. It's their way of preparing, studying, learning all about knighthood by going and fetching what the knight needs, or preparing things, and then eventually they get to be a knight. So some of you are a page in this way. Somebody's kind of taking you under their wing. They're maybe not only training you, you might not even know this. You might be starting a new job, or you might be heading into some kind of a department, or you might have a family member or somebody who's like, giving you projects or things to help out in terms of family or in terms of property or something. And they're doing it with the intention, because they see the potential in you to, at some point, like, pass the torch to you. Excuse me here, I'm about to have a cough attack. Sorry, I had to take a sip of my water. So some of you are coming into like this energy where someone is really wanting to like raise you up in a way. Like they're just seeing a lot of potential. They might even be looking at you and seeing glimpses of themselves in you, and they're really wanting to help you. So if you have someone who's taking an interest in you or giving you a lot of suggestions, especially around the end of the week, before you get annoyed, like, man, why are they so worried about me? Like, before you get all annoyed, understand and know this person can be taking an interest in you because they're trying to prepare you, or they're trying to impart this knowledge because they want to help you to grow in some way. Some of you are taking some class or signing up for a class, or preparing for a new career path. that is going to be something that you're going to be able to really advance and grow with over time and really kind of climb up the career ladder there. So again, stability, stability, stability. That is the word in a nutshell for you when you're reading this week, Pisces. We're going to go ahead and pull your healing message. And again, at this time, as I'm shuffling, I'd like to remind you to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos as well, because some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. They might add a little like extra tidbits of information for you, which could be helpful. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do. So if you click on the Calendly link in the description, it will take you to schedule a private reading. Your message here, my darling Pisces, for the week ahead is self-love. Self-love. Love thyself, my darling Pisces. So as these big changes are happening and as you're kind of becoming a little bit luckier here, you might be feeling unworthy in some way. And Pisces, because you guys have a very gentle spirit, a lot of the Pisces I know, you guys kind of tend to get into like survivor's guilt. And what I mean about that is like when your life starts to get better, sometimes it's hard for you to allow it or to enjoy it because you might look back and think about people in your family or old friends or people who are still kind of stuck, right? Especially those of you who are breaking out of some family curse. Again and again, I hate to use that word, but that's what most people call it, so I'm just calling it in that way. But especially those of you who are breaking out of some family cycle, you might look back and say, man, I wish I could help Aunt Sheila, or I wish I could help Uncle Joe, or I wish I could help my mom, or I wish I could help my dad, like see what I finally see, or even your siblings, you know. And so you might kind of feel bad about being in this higher energy, and you might feel bad about this, you know, quote unquote good luck coming in for you, although it's not good luck, it's an energy shift, and you know, it's you worked for it and you earned it. You might be feeling bad to receive because you're wanting to go back and rescue everybody else. If that's the situation, my dear, understand that you deserve to receive. Okay, love yourself and know that you deserve to receive these blessings that are coming in, and take care of you. Self-love can also be self-care, the need for self-care. You cannot rescue everybody. You cannot open everybody's eyes. There's no way of making that happen. People are not going to see until they're ready to see. You can try to wake somebody up, but if they don't feel like getting out of bed, they're going to yell at you. They're going to cuss you out. They're going to tell you to get lost. They're going to throw crap at you. You know, whatever. If they don't want to get up, they're not going to get up. You know, if you've ever tried to wake up a very tired or cranky person, you've had that experience. You're like, okay, fine, and you sleep then, right? People aren't going to see until they're ready to see. And it's not your responsibility to make them ready to see. You can pray for those people. You can ask for their guardian angels and guides to watch over them. You can ask for them to be protected in the meantime. But it is okay for you to receive, and it is okay for you to nurture and care for yourself and to tend to your own garden for once. You have all of these wonderful things that are going to be coming up and growing for you. Continue to tend to them. Continue to, invest the time and energy to make that garden continue to grow, and take time to love yourself and to realize that you are worthy and deserving of all of the blessings that are coming in. Okay, my darlings? I really appreciate you watching. Those of you who wanted more love info, you're like, well, what about my love life? I do cover love life. I just don't focus on it too much during the weekly forecast, because I want the weekly forecast to be about you and your journey, and not so much about like a romantic partner. But there are love videos available to watch. So if you click on the link in the description for the love videos, you can check out the love video for Pisces for the month of July if you have not yet already. Those of you who really enjoy the spiritual message at the end, I love doing it. And those of you who stick around, you're awesome, you're amazing, and I love you because I love talking about this stuff. And I love that you wait all week to hear it. but you don't have to wait all week. Every single day on Amethyst Angellight Facebook and Instagram, I post very similar spiritual messages. I post a card of the day, and then I do a pick a card game where I'll post 3 cards to choose from, and then I'll go ahead and I'll reveal 24 hours later what card you picked and like the description of it. So once you do it, then every single day you have 2 cards. You have the message from the morning, and then later on in the afternoon you have the message of the card you picked the day before. So you really get 2 messages every single day on the social media for those of you who aren't already on there. And that's free, right? If it's free, why not take advantage of it? So that's on Facebook and Instagram, Amethyst Angellight. Check that out if you haven't already. And I thank you so much, guys, for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Thank you for being here, my darlings. I am wishing you a fabulous week.